Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Ascent. And I've just completed building, well, this was just a standard rocket that we had. It's like an SP contractor. It had one satellite on top right here, this one. What I have done is I've placed a relay antenna on the side. So that's the only new thing, just a relay antenna. And I put a docking port so that these two can connect. I know I only needed one, but I'm going to put two connectors on there. Maybe we can go get them at a later date. And another relay antenna. So there's two satellites on board. It leaves us with nearly 3,000 Delta V. I'm going to try to put these around, I don't know, either the moon or Minmus. If we do have enough to get to the moon, I'll just put these two around the moon. They're just relay satellites. And here we go. We're calling it RAS, or Relay Antenna Satellite. And then the rocket. All stages are good. Yes, let's go. So it's either to the moon or to Minmus. Again, untested. This is the old rocket that we used pretty early on in the playthrough, Ascent playthrough. So I'm going to throttle up because we're going to need a little bit more once we drop the booster. I'll go ahead and turn this on and let's go. We're going to roll over to the east. 3, 2, 1. I think I had 1.25 or maybe 1.35 thrust to weight ratio. Our solid fuel is about half gone, and we're just going to go ahead and rotate over just a bit. I do have stability control on here, which I think that's what's causing everything to jerk and jump a little bit. Okay, booster's almost gone. There we go. Nice ascent profile going through 5. Just want to lean a little bit back, but that's all right. Going through 9. We'll start to pitch at 10. I don't even know where Minmus is at the moment for like an injection burn to Minmus. Okay, getting close to 18. We're going to let it stabilize here until we go through. We're off a little bit on our easterly trajectory here. Okay, we're going to tilt on over. And we might, I want that to be clamshell, and I forget it every time. Okay, let's tilt on over. We're almost out of fuel here. Let's go ahead and deploy the clamshell here. There we go. Got the two satellites on board. Let's take a look at our. Oh, that's perfect. Let's get it on down there a little bit. Get our speed built up. Went up just a little high. Oh, that is it. Let's go ahead and break this one off. So now we have 1,339. I'm not sure what it takes to get around Kerbin. Is it 300, 600 at this point? Not sure. Where's our other antenna? Oh, here we go. We could pop the relay antenna out just for giggles. Test it, make sure everything's good. Oh, that may be why we tilted a little bit, because it wasn't symmetric. All the weight of the relay antennas on this side. Well, I guess they're counterbalanced by the smaller antennas over here, yada yada yada. So we've got a couple of relay satellites preparing for burn to orbit. Oh, where is the moon? It's on the other side, so this will be a nighttime launch if we're going to the moon. And it'll be a morning launch. Yeah. Just kind of looking at the trajectory, we'll have to make some changes there. Maybe we should just go to the moon with this one. I do have a satellite on the moon. And I think I said in a previous recording that the moon was tidally locked. It is not tidally locked, I don't think. To Kerbin. It just doesn't spin. Okay, here we go. Pushing that orbit line out just a bit until we get into orbit of Kerbin. We had 1,300 meters per second. Pushing the orbit out, it'll pop out here in just a moment. There we go. 73. We are in orbit, and we have 621. It won't get us to the moon, won't get us to Kerbin, or to Minmus, but it'll get us halfway there. And these have more, I think, like 1,000, 1,500 meters per second. I'm not sure. They can go ahead and get into orbit. So we're going to set up for a burn to the moon. Probably make the burn right about here. 14 minutes. Let's set the moon as target. We'll just use a bigger booster next time and get to Minmus. Just change out the booster. That's all we have to do. So, go here. Oh, I have to pick up an astronaut, stranded Kerbal knot. Might be able to set this up to make an impact right on. Did I miss it that much? Yeah, that's 835. So it will be space debris. That's what it's going to be, space debris. But this will get us into an encounter with the moon. Then we'll slow down and get into orbit and then make some small adjustments so that we have a couple of different angles to cover the surface of the moon. Yeah, we're going to make that burn. Well, we'll get halfway there with it. Then we'll have to divide them up. Let each one of them burn, I guess. The extra delta V. Well, we'll give it a shot anyway. Don't you know what's going to happen, but we'll we'll do it. We may want to. No, we don't want to break them off yet. So we have 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and F5 and save it, and then go ahead and speed up time. Come around to our maneuver node in 1 minute. Get set up on our target reticle and make the burn until we just run out of fuel, I guess. Sorry, it's a dark side, but and that's going to be it. At 200 meters to go, we might be able to go. How long is that going to take us? 1 hour to get up there. We'll come back around and do like a boost, maybe. I mean, I can burn now, but I think if we take our time and just go around once, we can separate these and burn out to them. When will we come out in the daylight? Just momentarily. Let's go ahead and speed up time. We're just going to fly around the planet Kerbin again, and when we're down here, we've already got that acceleration going. We'll make a burn. Okay, we need to eject this. Say F5 and save it. Space debris. I was going to look to see. Let's activate this engine. Yeah, not sure. I was looking for Delta V information. Let's go ahead and disconnect. There we go. We're on this one. This one will be renamed RAS 1. For the moon, because we may set these up for Minimus, and I want the names to be. And it is a relay satellite, except that one. Let's jump over to our other one. This is going to be RAS 2. For the moon. Accept that. Activate the engine. So we have 1,247 meters per second. Working with RAS, let's do this in order. We'll jump back to RAS. Oh, that's the garbage. Let's go back to RAS 1. There's the two satellites separating. 1247. Let's see. Which one's going to be there first? Which one is going to be first? There goes some debris falling back. I think the other one will be out front. That one. But we'll do with RAS 1. I hope we don't hit it when we make our boost. So working with RAS 1, let's go down here and make a maneuver node to continue our burn to the moon. It's only 200 meters per second. we're going to be just a little late, so we have to move it back this way. To 11 maybe? Did I move it too far? 2 millimeters, 209. Something like that works. And I might make the other one in a like a more polar orbit or something. Now RASI 2, we want to have just a little bit more time to make its burn. Could we let it go around again? It'd be 3 hours, wouldn't it? That way they get out there at the same time. That'd be ideal, but I just don't want to have to handle all of it at the same time. F5 save that one. Let's go to RASI 2. If we're still in, yes, this is RAS 2. Let's set up a maneuver node. For one more orbit, plus one on the orbit. And continue its burn to the moon. Wow, are we going to be late? Yeah, we can't do that. We're going to have to make both of them at the same time. Both burns at the same time. Or thereabout. This one's in 2 hours and 7 minutes. At 208, 209 meters. 2 hours, 7 minutes. RAS 2. Switch back to RAS 1. And its burn is in 2 hours and 7 minutes as well. Hey, yo. I mean, they could be a couple of minutes apart. I'll get one of them on its way just a minute early or something. And that's going to leave us 1,000 to slow down and get into an orbit. So that'll work. Let's F5 and save that. Let's go ahead and warp time to here. Let's just kind of speed up time, I guess. I don't want all those satellites to hit. So we've got our burn for RAS 1. We're going to be on the dark side making the burn, of course. And then just getting closer and closer. So we have 5 minutes until this burn. Go ahead and get down there. They are kind of separated. I am in the lead, so that'll be alright. That'll be alright. That'll be alright. We'll make this burn and then jump back to the tracking station because I will have left this one far behind. Good satellite connections. Okay, we got 15 seconds. We're going to go ahead and make the burn. I need to be watching that. Oh, we've got our... Good. Now let's swap back over to the other one. No focus. Oh, can we get it from here? Oh, Resume. Switch to RAS2. Set our and make the burn. We missed it by 44 seconds. There we go. So we got both satellites, RAS1, RAS2, heading for the moon. One of them might get there a little quicker. We're going to have to watch. We're on RAS2 at the moment. So if I save it and then speed up time. I'm thinking RAS2 is going to get there first. He had just a little bit more juice on him, I guess, maybe. Yeah, RAS2 is going to get there first. These are relay satellites. They'll be able to talk to probes on the ground, on the surface of the moon, and relay that information if it's on the backside of the moon or no connection with the Kerbal Space Center. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit more. A little bit more. I don't know which one's going to get there first. It's probably going to be this one. I don't know. Oh no, are we going to be in behind? Do we have battery power? I wasn't even looking. Yes. But we're going to lose it probably. Okay, we're going to F5 and save this because we're in flyby mode here. Let's go ahead and 55 minutes. We're going to add a maneuver to get us in orbit. There we go. It was 214 meters per second. Switch over to RAS1. Kerbin. Yeah, I think we're behind the... We're in moon shadow. Yeah, we're losing battery. So, and we are not in, so this is 16 minutes, and this one had 55 minutes, I think. So we'll go ahead and get speed up time until we change over. I wonder if I could make a, no, we'll do it as soon as we get into orbit. Inclination change and maybe come across the top. Okay, 16 minutes, add a maneuver, let's slow down. Let's do a little change as well, just add some, add it in that way, 223 meters. That one's going to be in 15 minutes, so we've got a little inclination. An inclined orbit. It'll touch the poles. It'll reach the poles if we have a probe up there. And let's switch back. 16 minutes for this one. RASI-2 is in 31 minutes. So we're going to bounce back to Spurns in 36 minutes. This one's in 16. There's the moon. 16 minutes. Let's go ahead and speed up time. I need to check the delta V too. We should have. In 1 minute, our delta V on board right now is 1,000 meters per second, so that will put us in an orbit, and we can mess around with it and shrink it until we're almost out of fuel if we need to. Speed up time until our burn. We'll leave out about 3 seconds. Make sure we're on target. Oops. And make our burn. There we go. That is in orbit. A good stable orbit. It's communicating back to Kerbin. Oh, we may have to bring it down so that it can reach this one. Oh, both of them are going to be up here on this side. We'll have to change that so that they're on opposite sides. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it'll be alright. Oh, we're talking right now anyway, so we're on this side. For the lander, it is speaking with Kerbin. Okay, let's go ahead and swap over to Razzie 2, or Raz 2. We've got 20 minutes until our burn. Oh, let's turn that off. That's a lot of confusion. And this, should we go in an orbit as well? Should we go in an inclined orbit? I think we should. We went normal on that one. Let's go a little anti-normal on this one. Just a little bit. 215 meters per second. Or maybe we should go so that it can touch the poles as well. What's that look like? Yeah, that's pretty decent. If we had a polar one, we'd be set. Okay, we've got 19 minutes. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Again, 3-second burn. Our other satellite is taking its trajectory on up at the moment. Watching the clock here, 45, 30, 20, 10. Let's go ahead and get set up on our target and go for it. Am I going the wrong way? Did I miss it? Yeah, I missed it. Okay. We'll leave it at that. They'll eventually space themselves out. This is at 742, and I'll close them in just to make sure we have connection, which we should. We should. It'll pick up. Yeah, it'll pick up. The distance is what I was concerned about, but if the lander is talking all the way to Kerbin, you know, on a good day, it'll talk to these satellites here. Okay, so mission accomplished. We've got 2. We still have 806 meters per second. Delta V, those will get into an orbit around the moon. And here's the moon. And be there for future communications with landers that are on the moon. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching.